up, everyone? Hopefully you had a good Labor Day weekend. I know if you were up north, you were getting rain-drenched, is to say the least, man. Instead of riding a motorcycle, we should have joined a boat club or something like that. That's how bad it was. But has anybody watched the beginning of these Kavanaugh hearings this morning, man? Have you seen these damn Democrats acting like a bunch of freaking school children? It's unreal that our country has become this bad. But there's another time in history that it's been like this, and that's right before the Civil War. And right now, I truly believe we are in the predicate of that. Because on one side, you got all these socialist Marxist crybaby snowflake fucks. And on the other side, you got people that truly care about America. Just this morning, for example, you got Nike, one of the biggest freaking shoemakers and popular, companies in the world, just take on Kaepernick. Really? It's time to start burning some Nikes, man. But what does that have to do with this, whole division argument that we got going on right now? Well, on one side, again, you got your far leftist Marxists, and on the right, you got Americans that actually still truly believe in America. And right now, it's getting pretty sad out there. And it's sad that during a confirmation for a Supreme Court justice, you got a bunch of Democrats acting like a bunch of kids. It's actually getting tiring if you think about it. Anytime, a Democrat sits in front of a TV or a microphone, all they're doing is crying and whining. Have some damn self-respect, man. Because you guys really look like a bunch of assholes. And if people can't see through their little bullshit, you got Dianne Feinstein up there who had a Chinese damn spy driving her around, and nothing of it. But then they're crying and whining, well, we don't have all the documents. You've had how many months to get the motherfucking shit? And you're still whining and crying. All you're doing is obstruction. The American people are tired of it. Now, I don't care what the mainstream news says. It's a propaganda machine any damn way for the Democrats. So nobody believes the shit. Just like their polls, Trump would never win in 2016. And boy, were they off on that shit. The American people are sick of West Coast and East Coast elitists. We don't care what you think in New York. We don't care what you think in L.A. And this is to the elitists, not the hard-working men and women. I'm talking about these elitist fucking pricks. Like the ones that, like Maxine Waters, who lives in a mansion while she resides over the poorest district in California. Or you got Pelosi, again, another multi-millionaire who resides over a city full of needles on the ground. You got more homeless in San Francisco than you got people that own or rent in San Francisco. It's a fucking total disaster. And I won't even go into my hometown, Chicago, man. Chicago used to be a beautiful city. And now, it's a wasteland. It's filled with shootings. It's Chirac. And that's because, it's been under Democratic control for over 100 years, and we wonder why it's all fucked up. And the Democrats will be the first one to complain about fucking racism and shit. Well, come to Chicago. See, Chicago is divided on race. It's segregated. It's legal segregation. That's how the Democrats set it up. On the north side, you got the Italians, you got white, you got the whites with the Italians, you got Polish mainly, you got Latino, then the south and west side, you got the blacks. It's all divided up. And what, they're against racism? Bullshit, man. You guys got to start seeing through these Democrats' bullshit. And this midterm is pretty significant. Because, I'm telling you, Democrats get the control of that house. And shit starts going down with Trump, man. There's been a lot of people out there talking about the uprising. And you know what? You can't blame them because everybody's sick of these Democrats playing their games. I know us bikers have a problem with freaking profiling shit, but look what they're doing to that president, man. They're fucking trying to sideswipe his ass and everything. And if they can do that shit to him, they'll do it to us. But Yeah, that's what's going on right now with the confirmation hearings. It's just a big fucking circus and it's a total joke. And what these idiot Democrats don't understand is people are watching them worldwide. But, you know, again, they don't give a fuck. And they truly don't care about you. It's not the Democratic Party of Kennedy or Roosevelt you're looking at. You're looking at the Democratic Party of Marcus. That's what you're looking at. But anyway, I wanted to get into, you know, before I get into the stories of today, and boy do we have them, man. You know, you had a member of the Kinfolk MC who's a prospect shoot into a SUV full of kids because they cut him off. Real nice. I'll get into that story. I'll also get into a story where if you're posting on Facebook, you can now be held as, you know, trying to, let's see, how could I put it? Witness tamper. Yeah, this coming out of the trial of Angelo with the pagans. The Egyptian, they call him, was just arrested for doing just that. So that's the kind of country we're starting to live in. And if you don't start getting involved, shit's going to start going real bad, man. You know, I know Americans are real used to their freaking lives being all good and cozy, and we just watch civil wars happen everywhere else in the world. No. We're not immune to it, trust me. And you know what? These politicians are leading us all right into it because nobody has their brains enough to think on their own anymore. So, anyway, let's, this subject I wanted to get into was about sources before I got into the news. Now, the modern age of being a biker has brought with it a wealth of informational sources where you can go anywhere on the internet and find out whatever the hell you want to do. Someone can go to any one of these sites and hear about all kinds of varying opinions on the scene. Some good, some bad. Places where you will find information on protocol and etiquette will range from blogs to YouTube channels. Again, some good and some bad. Insane Throttle offers a lot of opinion pieces on a variety of subjects here on our YouTube channel. We stay away from it on our main site, HarleyLiberty.com. That's strictly for news. You know, we used to give, opinion editorials on the news site, but decided it would be a better role for the biker angle to do those opinion sites like what I'm doing now. The reason we decided this was because people should know who the hell they're getting their advice from. 99% of the time, you will find most of these sites giving opinions don't have faces that are associated with them or their thoughts. I don't know about you, but I'd like to know who the hell is giving the advice. I'm not going to take advice from someone who is too scared to show their faces when it comes to the motorcycle club scene. My advice to anybody looking for sources, if they are too scared to let themselves be known, then go somewhere else for the information. Personally, I cannot understand why people have to hide who they are unless they are pushing, some kind of agenda or a complete pile of shit, let's be honest. You're going to have a lot of people out there that wants to make money off the back of the biker scene. You really are. Which isn't a problem if you know who the hell they are. Or that it's legitimate. It takes money to run these sites and blah, blah, blah. Personally, Insane Throttle's always going to remain free. Anything we do remains free. Our supporters support us on, that's where we get a lot of our financial stuff is from our supporters. Or we make it in other ways like affiliate programs and stuff like that. But we got that covered, that angle covered. We don't need to go out there and beg for money. That's not what we're about, and we'll never charge for our shit. We're not going to charge you access for information, on our blogs or our website. We're not going to charge you money to try to get episodes of a podcast like the other sites do. That's just not us. So you do got to watch who you're going to. Because if they cannot show their damn faces, there's something wrong. I started blogging back in 2011. Insane Throttle was a tiny shit corner blog for just my personal thoughts on the biker community. Looking back over the years of posts, I can't believe some of the articles. Poorly written is saying it too nice, Grammar Nazis will know what I mean. As the blog grew and grew, I started paying more attention to how I was writing and focused more on what I was trying to say. Insane Throttle has come a long way from those days. It's now the #1 biker news site on the internet. Anytime you look up anything on Google as far as biker news or anything, we're right there. And it's spawned the podcast, which right now all, the proceeds of the new book, The New Age of Biking and Brotherhood, that's available right now on Amazon. All the proceeds from that is going to go into the Madhouse. I'm trying to get it to where it goes 5 days a week. Working on how to get, special guests because right now I do it twice a week. Sometimes I'll have a special guest, sometimes I won't. But I've been getting a lot of calls from a lot of people who want to appear on the show. And a lot of these are movers and shakers, not only in the biker community, but in the country in general. And that's real exciting. But I don't want to, go out there and freaking just set off and try to do a 5-day-a-week show. No, I'm planning it and all that good shit. But it's always going to remain free. I'm quite happy with it. And if we can get 5 days a week, great. That's the goal right now. I guess what I'm saying is make sure to research the people you're taking advice from. If you're on a page, again, where they don't show their face, you got something to worry about, I'm telling you. Because the internet, and I know this because it's my business now, has some pretty shy, sly motherfuckers out there trying to make a dime off the back of you guys. So, be careful, and make sure you get more than one opinion. That's the biggest thing that I preach at Insane Throttle. A lot of people say, hey, why are you referring them to other sites that, could be considered your competitor? Well, that's because people need additional freaking information to make a right decision. If they're just here taking my opinion or Insane Throttle's opinion, then how are they going to make a well-rounded decision on something that's going on within the biker community? That's just asinine if you ask me. But anyway, let's get into the news today. And this one's pretty fucked up. And Aaron Davis, if you're listening or watching, you might want to freaking get control of your boys, man, because this is fucked up. Now, anybody who don't know who Aaron Davis is, he's the National P, the Kinfolk. But I strongly suggest you fucking take some action on this one, man. Maybe pull a patch or something like that. But out of Polk County, Florida, a man suspected of firing at an SUV carrying a family of 4 in Havendale is facing attempted murder charges. Chad Delaune, 25, of Slidell, Louisiana, was arrested on 4 counts of attempted felony murder and 1 count of a shooting into an occupied vehicle, a police report states. At about 1:20 p.m., police said a family of 4, including the 2 9-year-old children, was traveling in an SUV alongside a group of motorcyclists in the area of U.S. Highway 92 near Havendale Blvd. The SUV was trying to turn right onto another street and attempted to merge into an outside lane among the motorcycles, but couldn't move over. Delaune, who was in a Dodge Charger traveling with a group of motorcycles, was apparently miffled. That's how they put it, miffled. Don't know what the hell that means, but yeah, miffled by the lane change attempt, police said, and decided to fire 2 bullets into the rear liftgate of the SUV. What kind of bullshit is that? Does people even think anymore? You know, this world's become pretty fucked up when a lane change gets you so pissed off you want to fire 2 bullets into the back of an SUV. What kind of bullshit is that? Is that trying to be tough? Is that trying to get your respect? What the fuck is that? Just somebody tell me. Really. Somebody tell me. That's trying to get respect, is by firing 2 bullets into an SUV with 2 fucking kids in it. That's a bitch move. And you know what? I kind of have a feeling that when dude goes down to the joint, because if you go on to Insane Throttle's Harley Liberty .com right now, you'll see a picture of this guy. He's going to make some quite good of a bitch, let me tell you, when he goes to prison. That, you know, that's you. Get your respect in the joint, man. See how tough boy you are. Finishes it up by while the police, or while the family drove to the police department to report the incident, another witness followed Delaney's car down Highway 92 and managed to get his license plate number and good description of the vehicle. And it was a 380 semi-auto. And then, of course, there was no further details available. But I know I covered this yesterday as far as the Egyptians concerned with the Pagans MC. If you want to know more about, you know, the article and stuff, go ahead and look at yesterday's video. But how scary is it that you can post something on Facebook and now it's considered witness tampering? That should scare the shit out of everybody, man. That's where this country is getting to. Law enforcement's out of control. Our politicians are out of control. It's just some scary shit, man. It really is. And I encourage everybody to go look this case up and throw the Egyptians some support, man, because this is pretty fucked up. You know, the posts are still on his Facebook page. If they were so bad or witness tampering bullshit, why they still up on the page? A lot of good questions there, man. But lastly, for those who went to the 115th anniversary of Harley Davidson, you know it was a washout, basically. Yeah, there's a lot of people there, but what'd you get, like 2 hours of freaking party time and the rest it was fucking downpouring? But one thing that really bugs me is when there's a big gathering of bikers. And, of course, you know, this news media and shit has to get their 2 cents in. So what they did was send a reporter to the 115th to talk to guys about, you know, Trump and the taxes or the tariffs and how it's hurting Harley Davidson. Now, I'm a supporter of the tariffs because it helps the steel and aluminum industry. I've had family in steel mills. I've also had a long lineage of family in the coal mines. So anything that helps them, I love. I'm a big supporter of unions. And without unions, you wouldn't have had that little Labor Day shit yesterday. Or the 40-hour work weeks or the shit you enjoy. So remember that next time you're bashing on a union. But anyway, it says, Milwaukee is a pretty city. On any normal day, visitors can walk around the Gentel downtown area taking in a slew of neo-Gothic buildings or look to the east where sailboats bob on Lake Michigan. Let me tell you, Milwaukee ain't the prettiest fucking city is what it's saying. Trust me, I know. More like fucking Detroit. But this Labor Day weekend, it had distinctly grittier feel. The air was filled with the roar of motorcycle engines, booming guitar music, and the smell of smoke, both exhaust and cigar. It was the 115th anniversary celebration of Harley Davidson and the bikers were in town. The quintessential American motorcycle brand was founded in Milwaukee in 1903. The company is still headquartered here and still makes some of its bikes in the city. For the past few decades, large-scale celebrations of the fact have taken place every 5 years. But this year, after Harley-Davidson responded to Donald Trump's tariffs by moving some productions overseas, the president has been encouraging people to boycott the community or the company. For the crowd of Harley owners who gathered this weekend, it was easy to feel torn between Trump and their beloved brand. Well, me? Let's see here. It's American made. It should stay American made, said Mike Lupo, the owner of Harley-Davidson Street Glide, a big billowing motorcycle that looked like it could stand up on its own. It's one of the reasons why we buy Harley, because they made it right here. I understand Harley's situation, but I'm with Trump on this deal. I don't think they should be doing it. Well, Lupo, it might be American made here, assembled, but the parts are from China. Think about that. Lupo, whose bike riding nickname is Six String, owning to his prowess on the guitar, was eyeing up some new models at the Harley-Davidson Museum. Thousands of bikers poured in each day, American flags billowing behind some bikes, music blaring from others, combined with country rock blasted from the stage. The throb of the engines was disorientating. Well, from a freaking yuppie piece of shit, well, of course it's going to be disorientating because you're a freaking rub. For many attendees, the fight between Harley-Davidson and Trump had a similar effect. People like Trump's tough tariffs on steel and other goods meant to protect American workers, which, that's his job, people, as the President of the United States, is to protect American workers. Something Democrats have claimed they've done but haven't done shit with. Something in 1994 or so, it was called NAFTA, which put our textiles out of business, our steel, and all that other shit. That's when the cars started moving, the assembly plants and all that shit started moving. Yeah, real good looking out, Dems. Meant to protect American workers. They were behind the president in most of his dealings, but not when it came to their bikes. I've had a relationship with Harley for 45 years, Lupo, 62, shouted over the music. I'm not going to stop riding Harley. It's brand loyalty. It's the way they sound, the way they look, the way they ride. Well, that's an idiotic fucking statement. You want to be loyal to them, but they're not loyal to you. Remember that. A Vietnam Air Force veteran, Lupo is the founder of the Midwest Veterans Group, decked out in a black leather vest. He was wearing a patch bearing the name of his division. He was with another Midwest Veterans member, Bob Beerman Sterling, a towering man with Harley-Davidson anniversary tattoos dating back to 1993. He said riding a Harley was much more than a vehicular choice. It's a lifestyle. Well, no shit. But being a biker ain't just riding a Harley, You can ride a Honda, you can ride a Suzuki, or anything else out there and still be in the lifestyle. He said, gesturing to thousands of other leather-clad bikers, it's here through the good times, it's here through the bad times. There's no other brand where you can get this kind of thing. I beg to differ, but anyway, it's your story, you tell it. If you got a Harley and I got a Harley, that's it. We're friends. If you got a Harley, you've most likely got common view on other shit. Oh my God, where do they find these fucking guys to get the interviews, man? This is what represents the biker community, man. Really, if you got a Harley and I got a Harley, that's it. We're friends. Oh my God, I can't even believe I just went there. Okay, you don't need a Harley to be a goddamn biker. You can ride whatever the hell you want to ride. Just because you got a Harley, don't mean I'm going to be taking showers with your ass to 2 o'clock in the fucking morning and acting like fucking friends. I can give fucking less if you have a fucking Harley. That don't make you my friend, my acquaintance, any goddamn thing. It just makes you somebody who rides a fucking bike to me. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you fucking people, some of you? Such common views, which I guess are common now. Sterling and Lupo agreed included a belief in American-made products and shared politics. But like Lupo and others the Guardian spoke to, Sterling said Harley-Davidson had a pull so unique it allowed him to overlook some long-held beliefs. Okay, sheep, that's all I gotta say. I'm not liking it, he said, of the company moving production in response to Trump's tariffs, but I don't think this is a permanent thing. Once the trade war eases up, I think they'll come back, and I might not like it, but it's not going to change my views about Harley. Well, it's because you're fucking cheap. Anyway, it hasn't been a great few years for Harley-Davidson. The company was one of only 2 American motorcycle manufacturers to survive the Great Depression. The other, Indian, went out of business in '53 before reviving it under different ownership, but it now faces fundamental challenges. Sales have fallen in each of the past 4 years. According to the Motorcycle Industrial Council, in 2017, the average age of a motorcycle owner was 47, up from 32 in '90. People between 8 and 24 made up just 6% of all riders. In Milwaukee, the age of the crowd was clear. Much of their hair and beards, mustaches, and heads were graying. Trump calls to stop buying Harley-Davidson does not give many such people a dilemma. To be quite frank, I'm never going to buy a Harley again, Lupo said. I'm a core buyer and we're not buying anymore. You don't put the miles on anymore. It's tougher on your body when you're 62. Harley-Davidson is going to add 2 million riders, it claims, by 2020. So good luck with that. Harley-Davidson, man, to get those riders. Good luck trying to get these new generations off that Xbox and stuff. But that's your news today for September 4th, 2018. Again, the New Age Biking and Brotherhood is on sale right now on Amazon, and it's also on Kindle. And all proceeds will go to Motorcycle Madhouse's fund. They try to get it going 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So if you guys can, go over, purchase a book. If not, that's okay too. It is what it is. But anyway, you guys all ride safe, be careful, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.